How you guys doing? Welcome back to Tuna Tech. And today, it's a little bit of a different video because I got something special on deck. Okay, so you can see a vast array of portable, handheld video game systems. We got a Nintendo Switch, we got a controller for a mobile unit, and we got the classic, my favorite handheld, Sega Game Gear. For you youngins out there, this was a early 90s first color 8-bit handheld from Sega. But either way, I digress. Today, I got something that's been out for a while, but hard to get, and you might have seen videos, but this is my take. This is the cardboard box. No, I'm kidding. This is a Steam Deck, and yes, I said this is on deck. Next up, this is something I've been waiting for a while. It finally came in, and I'm gonna open it up. So, as you can see, the unboxing experience. So we got a tension, plug it in and charge it first, and then power it on. Pretty simple instructions. If you can't follow that, you shouldn't have it. Goes over just the basics of the Steam screen. And then we have some stuff. Before I open this and get into it, I want to go over a few things, just in case you don't already know. This is the Steam Deck. It has an AMD APU. The CPU is a Zen 2, 4-core, 8-thread, 2.4 gigahertz with a 3.5 gigahertz boost. It's got an 8 RDNA GPU, and it's a 4 to 15 watt APU power, so it fluctuates to say battery life. This is the cool thing, I think. 16 gigabytes of LPDDR5 on board. They come in 3 options: 64 gigabytes with an eMMC storage. They have a 256 with an NVMe SSD, which is this version, and then they have a 512 with an NVMe SSD, but it comes with a like a matte screen to keep out reflection, which this one does not have. It's got A, B, X, Y buttons, a D-pad, left and right analog triggers, left and right bumpers, view and menu buttons, and 4 assignable grip buttons. It's got 2 full-size analog sticks with capacitive touch. It's got built-in haptics, HD haptics, a trackpad, and pressure sensitivity with click. It's got a multi-channel audio via DisplayPort over USB-C, standard USB-C, or Bluetooth 5.0. It has a 45 watt USB Type-C power supply. And it says 2 to 8 hours of gameplay. From what I've seen and what I've looked at, that really depends on what you're playing and how you're playing it. And it comes in, all of them come with a microSD card slot for expansion. And the USB-C has a display port of 1.4 that can do up to 8K at 60 Hz or 4K at 120. There is going to be a dock for this, but I don't know if it's out yet. From what I understand, it is not out yet. But a dock, like the Switch, will allow you to connect to a computer, script monitor, or TV. And it runs Steam OS 3.0, which is based on Linux, and that's about it, you guys. I mean, of the hardware side of it. Screen-wise, it does have a 1280 by 800 aspect ratio, or I'm sorry, 1280 by 800, and then it's a 16 by 10 aspect ratio. So it's a 720p-ish screen. So if you think about it, this does not have a dedicated graphics card, so it's not going to have the super high frame rates that a gaming PC would have, or even a gaming laptop. But remember, this is a 7-inch screen with only about a 720p resolution, so it's not taking a whole lot to power this. It's an IPS display, 500 nits of brightness, 60 Hertz. It's touch enabled, and it has ambient light sensors and all that stuff. It does have Bluetooth 5.0, Wi-Fi, dual band Wi-Fi with 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. And then audio, it's got stereo embedded DSP for immersive listening experience, microphone, dual microphone array, a headphone jack, so on and so forth. So, like I said, the item is large and it weighs, let's see, the weight is approximately 669 grams. So moving along here, we got a box. Looks like this is probably the plug, but let's just see what we got on deck here. I know, I'm sorry guys. I'll stop with the stupid puns here. So we got the 45 watt USB Type-C power supply. Also in the box, looks like that's probably about it. Nothing else in there. Off the side, we got a little book here for information on the unit. And what I think is really cool, you guys, and I don't have the matte screen, but I did get a case, which I'm not sure if they're all going to be included with that, or if it's a limited time for the pre-orders, or you know, whatever. But either way, we're going to get this box out of the way here. So basically, this is a Steam Deck, runs on Steam OS. So for all you computer gamers out there, if you own a Steam, have a Steam account, and have games, you can play your Steam games on this. There is a website, I believe it's steamdeck.com. You can Google that. On that website talks more in detail about the tech specs, pictures, what it can do, what it can't do. Also, since this is a first product like it's from Steam, there's a verified by Steam, I think they call it. Basically, it goes to the Steam library and verifies what games will and won't work. So check that out. It's always updating, they're always adding more games, as well as the company's always doing updates for us. Valve is huge on these updates, and this shows that while this might be, from what some people say, a prototype device, they're trying hard, and it's only going to make the sequel better. There's no leaks here. But, all right, guys, I am going to open this up. Alright, got a little valve tag there. So we're going to open this up and get a quick look at this. Alright, and there is the Steam Deck. I'm going to put the case back here and I'm going to pull it out. That is a hefty unit, but honestly, surprisingly, it feels thin. It doesn't feel that big. So you got, as you can see, this is the top. You got vent. Obviously, there's a fan here that keeps it cool. You got a USB Type-C, your power button, headphone jack. I'm gonna assume your volume up and down. You got trigger, 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 and trigger, 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 trigger. Another fan to release. So probably one sucks in and pulls out. Keeps it good. You got your menu button. I'm not really sure what this button is. We can look that up later. We got your Steam button, another button, A, B, X, Y. You got your touchpads that are, they do have some touch in it, and then you have your sticks. And then on the bottom is your micro SD card slot. And that's really about it, you guys. So I'm not going to turn it on. I want to make sure I get all the updates. But what I really want to do is, obviously this is your 7-inch screen. This is the unit. So compared to a Switch, now this is not the OLED version. This is there's 3 versions of the Switch. This is the second one. But still, you can get a kind of a size comparison there. Obviously the Valve Steam Deck is quite a bit bigger. As you can see, it's roughly the same thickness, but obviously the handles are a little bigger on the Steam Deck, and they do not come off. They're always attached. And then this is the Sega Game Gear. I'm not going to turn it on, you guys, but you can see this thing is tiny. Now the screen is obviously a lot smaller. The power is not there. A lot less buttons, only one speaker, but still, if you can see this, you guys, technology's come a long way. This little Game Gear is probably twice as thick at its thinnest point, and it's got a 100th the power of this Steam Deck. So again, this is the Sega Game Gear, aka, you know, circa the early 90s. Check out my channel. I do a video on this called talking about the history of the Game Gear. Check it out. Check my library out. But like I said, guys, this is a quick look and unboxing of the Steam Deck. If you want to see more, let me know. I can turn it on, maybe play some games, see how it works. But I haven't really dug into it too much. I just wanted to open it, get it on camera, and play with it, of course. Some side notes. Again, this is basically a PC in a handheld, and there are a lot of companies out there making these, but at this price point, starting at like what, $399, $499, and like $599, something like that. The price is ridiculously good. It may not have the most powerful processor or GPU of some of the newer ones coming out, but the optimizations that Valve has made with Steam OS has made it outstandingly powerful and capable. The other thing I've been reading is that this is not aimed at the general consumer as much as people thought, as just because of all the finagling and it being basically a PC, you can do a lot of BIOS changes, setting checks, and messing with things to get certain games to work. So they say a lot of people wouldn't like that, but either way, guys, if you want to know more, let me know. This is the Steam Deck. Thanks for watching.